how we can create a intimacy with the business colleagues and improve the business relationship, because a business relationship is highly transactional. And if you ask me that, now our team has increased, number of people has increased, now we are more than 20 people in our team, and I found that there is a strange discomfort when I'm talking to each others. So how we can become more intimate, so that the team can truly become the truly integrated team, and we can improve our business relationship. Because the way we interact with other people in our family, sometimes I found it's little challenging for me, because we have lots of transactional conversation every day. So I would like to receive your thoughts and inputs, so that how we can truly create a transactional plus intimate relationship in a business world, or should it keep it transactional only? We should not add any spirit or any intimacy or go deeper with that relationship, because कहीं ना कहीं मन में एक तरफ fear रहता है, it's a fear of retention, keeping the right people in the team. तो उसको किस तरीके से ओवरकम करना चाहिए? So that's the point, sir, I would like to discuss, sir.
Can you explain a little bit what this discomfort is that you're talking about?
Discomfort is that it's a very transactional relationship. It sometimes becomes very dry. So I found that sometimes, like the some of your business colleague came and he said that if you're not doing this, I just want to put the paper, and then we have to convince them, enroll them again, and stretch a lot. And कहीं ना कहीं वो एक expectation रहता है, fear रहता है कि यार नहीं यार ये बंदा निकल गया तो then it will be a challenge in to finding a new person. So how we can do that? So how we can fulfill each and every expectation, because it's a very transactional relationship.
Hmm. Um, to be honest, this is a problem that is started at the time of recruitment only. So I
Okay.
feel that the kind of people that you are inviting to join you, they are probably not fully aligned with your business values and your vision and mission, but they probably are aligning because they are finding some benefit for them in it. So
Okay.
I think from the start itself, the kind of people that you're attracting are these kind of people only. So in terms of organization culture, we treat them as like a misfit because the culture that you are trying to establish and the kind of people you are inviting to join are misfits. This is why the struggle is there. So
So, sir,
two
can
people
you?
don't think alike.
Okay. So, when you said that, sir, that how we can identify that that individual is not aligned with the vision values of the company which we are leaving.
Instead of finding that they are not aligned, you should find people who are aligned. So when you are interviewing, when you are joining hands with people at that time, it is something that you have to observe. It is not something you can just ask questions because many people just give you answer what you want to hear.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So just few days back, we were talking to someone about finding the right partner for getting married. And we were in Bangalore and we met one of our clients there and we were talking to her on this topic. And there's something parallel which I see that when we were saying that when you are trying to find the right partner, if you rely very much on question and answer and interview style only to evaluate a person, then people are very smart these days. They will give you answer what you want to hear for whatever benefits they have in mind. So this is something which you have to be good at observing also in someone's behavior, in the way they treat people and all that. So let's say, for example, I just while talking, I just remembered an example. So um, so this didn't happen with me. This happened with Anamika, and I just remembered it. So she used to work at some place many years ago, and
Okay.
then one day she got in touch back with her old boss. So it was many years of gap in between, and then they just kind of came across on LinkedIn and then decided, okay, बहुत दिन हो गए हैं, so let's catch up and all that. So the guy was projecting the image of, like, how mature the person is, very nice and all that, बातों में और इसमें and all that, and that was happening. So then he was saying the way he was treating the waiter at the hotel where they went to, in the cafe they went to. So वहाँ पे जो वेटर को वो जो जिस तरह से वो ट्रीट कर रहा था, एंड ही वाज लाइक बुलिंग, और वाज वेरी एंड फीलिंग एंटाइटल्ड कि तो छोटा आदमी है, मैं तो बहुत बड़ा आदमी हूँ, और इस तरह से एंड डिमांडिंग, एंड द वे उसकी बात करने का तरीका, उसको ट्रीट करने का तरीका, वो एक दिख रहा है, और वो जो अपने बारे में बता रहा है वो टोटली डिफरेंट दिख रहा है. तो
Okay.
you have to get good at observing these things also. You can't just rely on question answers all the time. Many people, when they are finding a partner for them, they go on dating and all that. किसी से डायरेक्ट कोई क्वेश्चन पूछोगे तो वो तो कुछ भी मन बना के दे देगा. आजकल लोग झूठ बहुत बोलते हैं, फेक बहुत करते हैं. तो how do you then rely? Because they will just tell you what you want to hear. Because right now they have some hidden motive to benefit from whatever you are offering. और फिर उसके बाद फिर they start to show their true colors. So you have to get good at observing. That's what the message I'm trying to give.
Yes, sir.
And
Got
this
it,
has
sir.
to start from the beginning. It's not something you can rectify later on. Because what's there to rectify later on? Two people are just different. So either you change for them or they change for you. That is the thing. Now,
Correct.
if you are married, then maybe husband and wife can compromise that much with each other. But at work, people don't go to that kind of extent.
Correct, sir.
They will do whatever they can, but they know I'll just find another job, or that I'll hire somebody else, I'll fire this person and I'll get somebody else. So at work, that kind of compromise is seen very rarely. That two people are ready to compromise that to that level, like a husband and wife would do for each other. So you cannot expect that at work. So best is to find the right fit in the beginning itself.
Yes, sir. I think what I understand is that it is not to rectify later. It is when you are hiring someone, that spend time, observe that, see that he is truly aligned with your vision, values or not. Sometimes what people are speaking, they are not behaving the way what they are speaking. And second thing is that it is a part of the overall culture of the of business, that how we are, so because we
Yeah.
are
And when you are asking questions, don't ask questions directly like, do you align? How would you align with our vision and mission? Or do you know about our vision and mission? What we are doing? Don't ask those kind of questions. Ask something
correct.
indirect that will tell you, does this person believe in those things or not?
Okay, okay, okay,
What is
okay.
the belief of this person? So ask something very random and very uh, indirect, right?
Correct, sir.
So
वो
or
अपने
some incidents, they are, ask them about some incidents of their life, or some incident is happening, if they are sharing, then try to see कि इसी में से कोई क्वेश्चन निकाल के मैं इवैल्यूएट कर सकता हूँ क्या.
correct.
तो एकदम ऐसे आउट ऑफ द सिलेबस काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन लगना चाहिए, बिल्कुल ऐसा डायरेक्ट इंटरव्यू स्टाइल नहीं ऐसे होना चाहिए, बिल्कुल ड्राई. सो यू हैव टू इनडायरेक्टली इवैल्यूएट दिस. अब वो
Correct.
हाउ विल यू डू दैट, वो तो मैं नहीं बता सकता हूँ. That is all in the conversations, who is sitting in front of you and all that.
Yes, I got it, sir.
हाँ, ठीक है.
So it's like जैसे committed listening, committed speaking होता है, वैसे committed observation भी होना चाहिए when you are interacting with that person, not just for the asking the question about the job role which you are offering, but to asking some random questions to understand that how he's thinking, how he's observe, doing, what is the values is that person is that. It will give us, when you have this approach to observe that person committedly, then maybe we can get some new insight and input before even recruiting that person into the company. I think that's a big insight you said I received.
Correct, correct, correct. So this I remember something. So many years ago, I when I used to work in corporate, at that time one of my roles was I was handling one of the consultancy companies, and one of my roles was to keep hiring people. So in our consultancy company, hiring never stopped because after 10, 12 interviews, 10 will basically the average was that we will interview 10, 12 people and then hire one. And each interview was at least 4 or 5 levels. So 50, 60 round of interviews will happen before you actually hire one person. So that was very time consuming activity. And we never had time कि जब प्यास लगेगी तब कुआं खोदेंगे. We are always looking for good candidates. So as part of doing that, I developed many different ways of checking. So अभी बात कर रहे थे तो मुझे याद आया. So one of the things that I used to do, few times I have tried this, is if I want to see someone can handle pressure or how will they react when some heated arguments are happening between the clients. I would
Yes, sir.
ask one of my colleagues कि जब मैं इंटरव्यू ले रहा हूँ ना तो एकदम आना, डोर खोल के आना और ना कोई भी बात पे ना मुझसे झगड़ा करने लगना.
Correct.
Just make up whatever and just barge in and start like create that scene with me because I wanted to see कि ये candidate उसको handle कैसे करेगा. तो
Yes, sir.
I बाकी ऐसे पूछो कि how do you handle pressure and all that, तो आराम से बैठ के कुछ भी बताएंगे. But we used to create pressure situation. I want to see कि अगर दो लोगों की लड़ाई उसके सामने हो रही है और आउट एकदम अनएक्सपेक्टेड वे में, तो वो उसका रिएक्शन कैसा होगा. वुड ही फील अनकंफर्टेबल, हाउ वुड ही फील, ऑल दैट. तो ये सब हम करते थे. तो सब थोड़े थोड़े बहुत ऐसे ड्रामा, क्योंकि इतने इंटरव्यू करते थे कि नॉर्मल इंटरव्यू करते करते ऐसे बोरिंग होने लगता था. थोड़ा क्रिएटिविटी उसमें डालते थे ऐसे. तो
सर आपका आवाज चला गया.
I think Anamika wants to say something. So I just stopped.
No, I don't have anything to add. I just wanted to ask Akshay if he got his answer.
Yeah, Anamika, I got one answer. So I have one more question, one personal question. So I thought that can I ask that question also?
Yes. I guess Akshay, people, 2-3 people are waiting from a very long time.
Okay,
Seema and
okay.
Arukla. So let's go with them first, and then
Sure,
you can
sure.
ask your question.
Okay, Anamika.
You can put your hand up so you
Can
go
I
in
say
the
something?
queue. Just
Okay,
1
sir.
minute.
Okay.
We'll go. There is a queue. So Seema was first. Seema, go ahead. Whoever wants to
I
ask,
just
they
wanted
just
to comment on the previous thing. I don't want to ask any questions.
Okay, yes, go ahead, Ashmi.
I'm sorry to budge in like this. So when you said that you're creating a pressure situation in front of an interview candidate, if I were the interview candidate, I would think, whether it is my place to interfere at all. I'm just asking because I don't know, like, what this interviews like these days. So I would think I was an outsider, and probably it's not my place to budge in at all. And I don't know what would be the right response.
My intention was not to ask him कि हमारी problem solve करो. No, that wasn't the case. I just wanted to observe his body language. I just wanted to observe how he feels. In pressure, is he still sitting calm over there and minding his own business, thinking कि हाँ इन दोनों का कुछ चल रहा है, या if he is becoming judgmental about it, or if he is sweating, or if he is finding ये कहाँ फंस गया मैं, कैसी कंपनी में आ गया. So I just wanted to observe the body language, and obviously after all that I would tell him कि ये तो सब नाटक था. It was just a prank. wanted to see this. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि वो जाएगा वापस और सोचता हुआ जाएगा ये क्या हो गया इंटरव्यू में ये कैसे हो गया. तो I would tell them whatever kind of theatrics we would use to do. I'll tell at the end कि ये सब नाटक था. So this was all created to test.
Thanks. I don't take other people's time. Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, whoever wants to speak, I will say just raise your hand so you go in a queue and we will go one by one. So Seema, you are next. Go ahead.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So my question is this, that most of the times when you are looking for getting married, or say you want to pursue a relationship on dating sites, and most of the times, like, people put their best foot forward. And my question is that sometimes even when you know people down the line 6 months also, you sometimes don't come to know their real face. I mean, they are so good at portraying it so well that everything looks so fine on the outer level. But so at that time, sometimes we take a decision of getting involved further, where we feel that the person is safe to go ahead and all. But when you get emotionally involved and you realize that it was a mistake, because then the picture starts turning. So is there a way, like Akshay was asking for the profession, I want to ask you that, is there a way other than like to know a person, that the person, because most of the people will put forward the best thing, that I'm the best match for you, come and get me. But how to know that in any particular question or twist or turn that can, make me understand that, oh yeah, oh, this is the catch, that why this person is like, is it good to date or not?
Yeah. So while I was answering Akshay, I was explaining. I was taking this example only in parallel. Were you there at that time, or you joined late?
I joined a little late because I joined first from the phone. Then I was like transition happening from phone to the desktop, so maybe I missed it.
Yeah, yeah. So I was telling him the same thing that few days back when we were in Bangalore, we met one of our clients and we were talking about this only. That how do you know that the other person you are about to date or you're dating is the right person? And and it's the same thing. So whether you are hiring a person for your business or you are going for the relationship starts with knowing each other. So whether it's a personal setup or professional setup, very similar thing, but yes, the context is different. But in order to start any relationship, the first thing is to get to know the person. And as in business, we have our vision, mission, values, and we
Yeah.
would like to hire someone who aligns with it. So in our personal life also, we have certain vision, certain mission, certain goals, certain life goals, certain preferences, certain values.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's not different. And trying to figure out if the person aligns or not, I was suggesting that don't ask direct questions, ask indirect questions, because direct it is not here. ये कोई transactional ऐसा नहीं, ये question पूछा उसको one. तो question out of the syllabus लगना चाहिए, ऐसा syllabus वाला question नहीं लगना चाहिए.
So that the person
कि
is not
what are
like, yeah.
it's not like what are your values, what are
Yeah.
you this and that. You're trying to no. So ask something. So become more creative
Yeah.
and ask in a way that will tell you ki what this person would do in situations like these or whatever. So ask about, don't create hypothetical scenarios and say इसमें आप क्या करोगे, क्योंकि hypothetical scenarios में कोई क्या करेगा ना, वो जो बोल रहा है ना वो भी कोई जरूरी नहीं है वही करेगा.
I know.
राइट. वो जब hypothetical scenario रियल होंगे ना तो वो पता नहीं बिल्कुल ऐसी चीज भी कर सकते हैं जो वो खुद ही नहीं सोच सकते कि मैं ऐसी करूँ.
Right.
So instead of creating hypothetical scenarios, ask about their own life stories, their own incidents, and try to evaluate, try to observe the answers, try to observe the body language,
body
try to
language.
observe कि वो जब बोल रहे हैं, जो बोल रहे हैं और जो बात कर रहे हैं और जो उनकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज है, इज इट अलाइनिंग, नॉट अलाइनिंग, हाउ बंदा बोलता है कि मैं तो बहुत काम रहता हूँ और 2 मिनट भी वो ठीक से बैठ नहीं पा रहा है, उसकी बॉडी हिले जा रही है, हाथ हिले जा रहे हैं और इज ऑल जिटरी एंड एवरीथिंग एंड कीप सेइंग मैं तो बहुत काम रहता हूँ, तो बहुत काम रहता हूँ, मैं तो बहुत मेडिटेशन करता हूँ. तो ऑब्जर्व मोर, observe
Right.
how things are. So don't go by what people say. Become very good at observing also.
Right. Right.
I'll just add, one small thing to this, that how the codependent relationships or toxic relationships or all these kind of relationships, which do not go right, how do they begin?
Yeah.
Is not just the other person showing, what he's showing, but
Yeah.
it is more about us not seeing the truth which is right there in front of us. So it like goes back to the same thing which Akarma was talking about, that our observation skills, our awareness, our capacity to read between the lines, to actually see, the holistic picture. Because हम जब भी relationships में जाते हैं, तो ऐसा तो नहीं है, राइट, कि हम सिर्फ डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं. वी शेयर ईच अदर स्टोरीज, वी गो इनटू डिटेल्स, हम पास्ट में जाके बताते हैं, प्रेजेंट में जाके बताते हैं, वी शेयर व्हाट वी फील एंड a lot of things. But the thing is कि how they start is जब हम इन चीजों को जैसे ही बाईपास खुद कर देते हैं, राइट, सो जो सामने वाला पर्सन है, he gets an indication that ये तो चलेगा इसको, right? And this we are not doing consciously. ये बहुत unconsciously होता है, because we do not know our values, we do not know what are our non-negotiables, we do not know what is right and wrong and where we are taking it. हम उसको सिर्फ like when we talk about needs, we all meet our needs. It's impossible not to meet our needs.
Yeah.
Right. So either we do it consciously or unconsciously. So हमें जब ये सब चीजें clear नहीं होती हैं, then we are meeting our need, some need of ours unconsciously, right? And ये हमें भी नहीं पता होता, but we are unconsciously giving this indication to the other person, and that's actually the beginning of all such kind of relationships.
Yeah, but once a person has done the this attachment style journey, ना, उसके बाद ना हो ही नहीं सकता कि you will go for a partner like for a codependent. क्योंकि red flags, I realized after doing this attachment style, that red flags were all the time in the last toxic relationship I'm talking about. The red flags were right in front of my eyes, and it was like the person was so tactful that that sugar coating was so sweet that I got carried away. When the red flags was there, it was not his fault, but me because carrying my problems which were not healed. So now I see it.
So उसमें we do selective listening. हम उतना ही सुनते हैं जितना हमें सुनना पसंद आता है.
हाँ, और उस पे ध्यान ही नहीं देते जो the red flag was right in front of me. I mean, if the person, क्योंकि क्या है ना, when you are in a vulnerable state, the stories or interactions are not coming from a control. They are just flowing, and it's very easy to if somebody wants to really judge or observe a person, it's easy because I've been there. So I think I just missed all the red flags because I got carried away, and moreover, I was coming from a place of my codependent and the unhealed place. But now, in a very normal friendship, also, the moment I come to know what is happening, I either step back or I know what is happening. So it's easy to identify. Earlier it was earlier it was not. So kuch din pehle when we were on the same forum, Akarma was saying to me ki how it will happen, Seema, that you will have same experiences. So now us समय I was not understanding what he's saying. हाँ मैं बोल रही थी. But now I've started experiencing and I'm realizing what he was saying. definitely the experience will be different because you're aware. And then by being aware, I
Exactly.
know this is not that I want. This is not that I want to do. Whether it's even choosing a friend over my authentic self. So it's so easy, and it's not lonely. It's more peaceful. That chaotic drama has gone out of the life.
हाँ, और वो जो क्वेश्चन तुम पूछ रही थी वो बहुत कॉमनली लोग पूछते, करने से पहले ही पूछते, फिर अगर करने के बाद भी ऐसे होगा, तो मैं यही आंसर था, करने के बाद भी ऐसे कैसे होगा?
Yeah,
अगर आप
I know.
सेल्फ अवेयर हो गए हो एंड यू कैन
Yeah.
पिक दीज थिंग्स, इट्स इम्पॉसिबल, इट्स अ मैथमेटिकल इम्प्रोबेबिलिटी कि आपने इक्वेशन की एक साइड चेंज की और दूसरी चेंज नहीं होगी।
और
तो
बिलीव
वो
मी व्हेन आई से होता ही नहीं है. You were absolutely right कि होगा ही नहीं. मतलब your conscious won't allow only. Maybe you will do it out of habit one time, but second time your conscious will be like, hello, what are you doing? Like, means you know what you're doing. So how can you do it? तो वो होता ही नहीं
एग्जैक्टली
है.
होगा ही
It's
नहीं। एग्जैक्टली जब हम अवेयर नहीं थे तो हो रहा था, क्योंकि पता
yeah,
ही नहीं था कि क्या हो रहा है।
क्या
लेकिन
हो
अब
रहा है?
होने के बाद भी अगर आप करोगे ना, तो भी कहीं ना कहीं वो एक हिचकिचाहट, वो कुछ ना कुछ कसोटेगा ही अंदर से कि ये क्या कर रही है।
Right. There is a strange awareness on a deeper level. It's not like superficially ऊपर से कि हाँ okay aware हैं, पर हम अपने आप को रोक नहीं पाते because we are too like we want to not be left alone. But अभी मुझे क्या लगता है, ठीक है यार, I mean I know what is happening, so why I'm choosing it? So I choose immediately step back and choose myself and my peace over the फालतू का the chaotic drama. Like I shared
हाँ,
my that. तो उधर मुझे समझ में आया कि डिबेट करने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला. इस लेवल पे जाके
एग्जैक्टली,
सब जाने भी नहीं वाले, कुछ नहीं होने वाला. It's like why I'm getting carried away
इट्स अ
just for a
मिसफिट। एग्जैक्टली,
dance.
इट्स अ मिसफिट। हाँ, वो जो है वो है, वो इंसान जो है, हमें
Yeah.
कोई किसी को चेंज तो करना नहीं है, हमें तो फिल्टर करना है
So
कि
I
हु
said, so
मैचेस
I
और हु
can just
डजंट मैच।
remove myself. It's easy to remove yourself, and I can save my energy. Why I have to do it? Like just for a dance, I can't lose my dignity. So I was like, so it's very beautiful. Thank you so much for always making us understand journeys are so important. Now I am understanding why. So I've completed one. Now I'm thinking I'll start another one because I'm loving it. It's totally
ग्रेट,
different. It's very beautiful. Thank
वंडरफुल।
you so much.
Another question that people also ask before doing these things, before doing any work and all that, क्योंकि क्या माइंड के लेवल पे ना सारे क्वेश्चन आंसर करने हैं तब स्टार्ट करेंगे। तो अनदर क्वेश्चन पीपल आल्सो आस्क कि फिर ऐसे तो मेरी लाइफ में कोई बचेगा ही नहीं, फिर तो मैं अकेला हो जाऊंगा, अकेली हो जाऊंगी, ऐसे होगा वो होगा। एंड आई ऑलवेज आस्क टेल लाइक आई आस्क हिम वन क्वेश्चन कि और ठीक है, चलो मान लेते हैं कि देर आर दीज टू टाइप्स ऑफ मिजरी। वन इज कि यू आर मिजरेबल विद पीपल यू हु आर मिसफिट्स, एंड अनदर टाइप ऑफ मिजरी इज दैट यू आर अलोन। तो चलो
Yeah.
अगर मान भी लेते कि लाइफ में ये दो मिजरीज चूज करनी है, तो फिर भी इन एनी गिवन डे आई विल चूज द सेकंड टाइप ऑफ मिजरी। आई वुड रादर बी अलोन and be miserable that way instead of being stuck with wrong kind of people and being miserable.
I think pata hai, when you get into this other place, you don't feel lonely because you start discovering so many things about yourself, jo ki maybe you
You
didn't give
don't.
it time. So lonely, you don't. I'm so busy. Suddenly, I feel like where my day goes because I'm discovering so many different things. जो कि मेरे ख्याल से I wasted so much of time in all the toxic relationships. So I'm not like
Exactly.
too much looking for a relationship now. I'm like, okay, if it has to happen, it will happen. I'm all right. I'm like
Exactly.
absolutely happy and peaceful in my own self. मुझे नौटंकी और ड्रामा बंद करना था, वो बंद हो गया. And it happens.
Exactly. एक बैंडविड्थ मिल जाती है, मेंटल बैंडविड्थ भी मिल जाती है और टाइम भी मिल जाता है जब
Time.
जबरदस्ती के ड्रामे में हम उलझे नहीं है। हाँ, एग्जैक्टली।
And
सो
there
मेक
is so
यूज ऑफ
much
दैट टाइम
time.
फॉर।
Yeah. There's so much of time to do so many things, like which we don't discover. So healing ka, I think why I understand why you say so much कि काम करो, and logical mind also create fears. So I think like अगर इसको simplify way में मैं डालूं तो जैसे कि we all are blessed with some powers or strengths, but the fear in us is always stopping us from knowing it more on a good level or maybe develop it more. But moment we do the inner healings, it lets the fear just go away. And वो जो फालतू का ड्रामा वो सब था, वो सब heal हो जाता है. So you become so peaceful inside now. So it doesn't matter anybody is choosing you or not, somebody is being friend or not. In fact, there will be times when you will choose yourself above any other friend, because you start seeing the actual picture. So you're like, okay, ठीक है, fine, I'm okay to be on my own, and I'm okay not to go to those maybe very hi-fi parties and all, because I'm discovering myself, and that's more to me. It makes more sense than wasting my time in gossiping. वहाँ पे जाके ठीक है, once a while that is also required, but then you know the balance.
Once you create that space for yourself, once you remove yourself from those environments and you create that space, तो ऐसा तो नहीं है कि पूरी दुनिया में 7 बिलियन लोगों में आप अकेले हो और अकेले ही रह जाओगे. You would have many people who are like you only, बट उस स्पेस में से अपने आप को निकालोगे तब तो उन सर्कल्स में जा पाओगे ना जहाँ पे आपसे रेजोनेट करने वाले लोग रहेंगे. तो पहले अपनी बैंडविड्थ यहाँ से अपने आप को निकाल के पहले वो बैंडविड्थ उस स्पेस को क्रिएट तो करो. फिर once you have done that, you will then meet with people who are like-minded and who are, rather than making someone like-minded, rather than उनको modify करो, उनको change करो कि हमको यही पसंद है.
Sir, I have a follow-up question to this, if I may ask.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so sometimes you realize that so for me, I have been in this. I have been married for a few years now. In fact, 14 years, and last few years have been very stressful, etc. And like you said, आप अपने आप को situation से निकालो so that you can be at a better place. But how do you do this when kids are involved in the equation? I mean, part of me wants to free myself and move on, but then part of me feels for the kids, and then I brought them in this world thinking that I will give them the best of everything, and they still love both their father and their mother, and they want to be with both of them. But so what should one do? Should I take the blame of should I become selfish, or should I and pursue my happiness, or should I look at my kids and then continue to stay in a relationship which is not satisfying, which is not fulfilling, which is not even it doesn't even make me feel like a respectable person.
समझ गया. But I'll ask you one question. You gave me 2 choices to choose from. Are you happy with both these options yourself to choose from?
I don't know. I am in a dilemma.
No, मेरा ये क्वेश्चन नहीं है. मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि आपने मेरे को क्वेश्चन पूछा और मेरे को 2 चॉइसेस दी.
नहीं, आपने जब पिछले डिस्कशन में आपने बोला कि आप अपने आप को इस सिचुएशन से निकाल लो. जब आप निकालोगे तभी आप किसी ऐसे को मिलोगे जो आपके साथ ठीक से वाइब करता है, आपके साथ सही है, आपके लिए परफेक्ट है. मैं कह रही हूँ हमेशा शायद इतना इजी नहीं होता है अपने आप को शायद सिचुएशन से निकाल पाना.
हाँ, वो आंसर सीमा के लिए था, क्योंकि सीमा is at a different place. वो आंसर उसके लिए था, बट आपके लिए आंसर नहीं है.
ओके,
तो आपके लिए आंसर अलग है. आपके लिए आंसर ये है कि आपने जो 2 चॉइसेस मुझे दी हैं उन दोनों में से कोई चॉइस नहीं करना है, क्योंकि यू आर नॉट एट अ पॉइंट जहाँ पे यू कैन टेक एनी ऑफ दोज ऑप्शंस राइट नाउ एंड यू विल बी हैप्पी. So you are not there to choose any of them. So what do you need to do? You need to do something before that. सीमा ने वो काम कर लिया है already. तो इसीलिए वो आंसर उसके लिए था, वो कनेक्ट हो पाई. तो आपके लिए जो आंसर है वो ये है कि you need to stop thinking about these 2 options for some time and first figure out कि what is this situation trying to teach you. आपकी लाइफ में ये सिचुएशन क्यों आई? Why are you in a marriage like this? Why are you in a situation like this? तो पहले वही रहना है जहाँ हो. अभी कुछ भी छोड़ना या पकड़ने की बात नहीं हो रही है यहाँ पे. अभी पहले रियलाइजेशन की बात हुई है, क्योंकि बिना लेसन लर्न किए अगर आप ये सिचुएशन छोड़ के जाओगे भी ना, तो लाइफ विल ब्रिंग द सिचुएशन बैक अगेन इन योर लाइफ इन डिफरेंट शेप एंड फॉर्म। दूसरे लोग आ जाएंगे आपकी लाइफ को हार्ड करने के लिए, कुछ और आ जाएगा। तो इट्स नेवर अबाउट कि ये बहुत हो गया, मैं इसको छोड़ दूंगा, इसको पकड़ लूँ। इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट। So before that, you need to do some work. And once you have done that work, then this answer will become automatically clear to you कि मेरे को करना क्या है। तो अभी जहाँ हो वहीं रहना है, जिस सिचुएशन में हो उसी सिचुएशन में रहना है, पर अब ये देखना है पहले कि why are you in this situation? What have you done to attract this situation in your life? Now, when I say this, maybe I don't know your full story and all that, so you might say कि नहीं, मेरी तो अरेंज मैरिज हुई थी, मेरे को तो ये चॉइसेस हुई थी, मेरे को तो ये नहीं था उनका, ठीक है, सब ठीक है, all good, whatever it is. Still I will say, कहीं ना कहीं तो there is something in you that agreed to all this, to do this. So life wanted to teach you a lesson through these setups. These we call karmic connections. We had chat on these topics before, so there are some recordings in our YouTube channel. I would ask you to listen to those ones, क्योंकि अभी आप उस पॉइंट पे नहीं हो जहाँ पे आप ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर ठीक से कर पाओगे। तो पहले अपने आप को उस पॉइंट पे ले आओ, और उस पॉइंट पे लाने के लिए थिंक, व्हाट इज दिस सेटअप ट्राइंग टू टीच मी, ऐसा मुझ में क्या है। एंड these are some of the things. ये शादी, बच्चे, ये तो अभी की बात है, ये तो अभी 14 ईयर्स की बात है। लेकिन ये जो चीजें, जो प्रॉब्लम्स होती है ना, इनकी सीडिंग बचपन में ही होनी शुरू हो जाती है। यू ब्रॉट लॉट ऑफ वुंडिंग एंड यू ब्रॉट लॉट ऑफ अनहील्ड स्टेट इन द मैरिड लाइफ इटसेल्फ। तो वो क्या थी, वो क्या फॉर्मेशन थी, वो क्या थी चीजें जिसकी वजह से ये लाइफ अब तक की ऐसी रही है, इसको देखने की जरूरत है, इसको डिसॉल्व करने की जरूरत है पहले। एंड बाय सेइंग दिस आई एम नॉट सेइंग कि योर हस्बैंड इज परफेक्ट, उसका कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। रिलेशनशिप, हमने हमेशा यही बोला, रिलेशनशिप प्रॉब्लम्स आर ऑलवेज टू वे प्रॉब्लम, बोथ पीपल हैव टू सॉल्व दिस। सो रिलेशनशिप में प्रॉब्लम्स जब होती हैं तो इंसान दो पॉइंट्स पे पहुंच जाता है, दो डिसीजन पॉइंट्स होते हैं। वन इज, डू यू वांट टू रिकंसाइल और डू यू वांट टू सेपरेट। बोथ ऑप्शंस आर फाइन। हमें दोनों में से कोई ऑप्शन में कोई जजमेंट नहीं है, क्योंकि सेपरेशन इज ऑल्सो फाइन। समटाइम्स देयर आर टू गुड पीपल हु आर जस्ट नॉट गुड फॉर ईच अदर, दे मे बी वेरी गुड पीपल। जरूरी नहीं है कि कोई प्रॉब्लम ही हो तभी सेपरेशन होने की जरूरत है। दो लोगों को लाइफ से कुछ अलग अलग चाहिए। जैसे अक्षय बात कर रहा था कि कोई एम्प्लॉई आया है, उसको अभी ट्रांजेक्शनल, ठीक है, वो अपना वो अच्छा होगा, वो बहुत स्किल्ड होगा, तभी उसने उसको हायर किया है, उसने उसको लिया है। तो इंसान, पर दो लोगों को लाइफ पे दो अलग अलग चीजें चाहिए, तो वो एक दूसरे के लिए मिसफिट है। ऐसा नहीं कि वो इंसान ही खराब हो गया, बस वो हमारे साथ अलाइन नहीं है। तो उस केस में अगर सेपरेशन इज द वे टू गो, देन दैट इज ऑल्सो फाइन। बट ये जो क्वेश्चन अभी आपको ट्रबल कर रहे, बच्चों का क्या होगा, मेरा क्या होगा, उसका क्या होगा, ये होगा, वो होगा, ये इंडिकेट कर रहा है कि आपने बैठ के इस चीज के ऊपर पूरी तरह से अभी कॉन्टेम्पलेशन नहीं किया है। लॉट ऑफ होमवर्क इज पेंडिंग बिफोर यू कैन इवन बिकम क्वालिफाइड टू आंसर दोस क्वेश्चन।
ओके,
तो वो करने की जरूरत है। हाँ, वो करने की जरूरत है कि क्यों। और हम इसको ना बहुत ग्रैंड लेवल पे लेते हैं। हम हमारी कई बार बातें हुई हैं इस टॉपिक पे, हम इसको बहुत ग्रैंड लेवल पे लेते हैं। ग्रैंड लेवल पे लेने का मतलब है कि वी बिलीव इन पास्ट लाइफ। वी डोंट बिलीव कि वी आर जस्ट हियर बाय चांस, ये बस एक यही लाइफ है। So there are many karmic debts that we have accumulated from past lives and things. There are many situations that happen. I think I don't know how old you are in the group, but many times I mentioned this, when someone goes through inexplicable situations. You are born in a very abusive family, a toxic family, or women who get raped, or women who get sexually abused as child and all that. So हम उसमें ये नहीं कह सकते कि you would have done something to attract it. नहीं, उसमें तो आपको कुछ था ही नहीं. This is the setup that was given to you. पर क्वेश्चन ये आ जाता है कि क्यों ये सेटअप आपको मिला, क्यों someone was born in an abusive family where parents used to torture, physically, mentally abuse, his father sexually molesting their kids and all that. We've heard all different types of stories. तो इसमें तो हम ये नहीं बोल सकते ना कि kids would have done something to it. No, but ये सेटअप है. तो ये सेटअप क्यों है? And we look at it from a very large grand scale कि कुछ कार्मिक डेट्स होते हैं, कुछ चीजें होती हैं जो सेटल करने की जरूरत होती है, और वो सेटलमेंट करने के लिए ये अपॉर्चुनिटीज, ये सिचुएशंस हमारी लाइफ में आती हैं और हमें कुछ सिखाने के लिए आती हैं कि व्हाट इट इज दैट यू नीड टू डेवलप. You need to develop patience, tolerance, acceptance, surrendering. You need to what it is that you are supposed to do. And once you have learned the lesson, once you know कि ये मुझे क्या सिखाने के लिए आई थी, तो then the whole situation reaches a closure point. उसके बाद आपकी चॉइस है कि आपको रहना है या छोड़ना. तो then once you reach that stage, वो क्वेश्चन आपको मुझसे पूछने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. You already would know कि आपको क्या करना है. और वो जब तक लेसन लर्न नहीं किया तब तक इस सिचुएशन को छोड़ोगे, लाइफ विल ब्रिंग यू बैक इन द सेम सिचुएशन.
Okay.
So spend some more time on this. Spend some more time on contemplating. See, why am I in this? And why not from a blame and victim point of view? Why from learning point of view? मेरा learning क्या है इस पूरे सेटअप में? इस पूरे सेटअप में अच्छा क्या है? Try to see the collateral beauty. Try to see कि इस अगली सिचुएशन में भी ब्यूटीफुल पार्ट क्या है. How is this helping me to grow and evolve? मुझे इतनी टेरिबल सिचुएशन में जो डाला गया है, इसमें मेरी एवोल्यूशन कहाँ है? हाउ एम आई गोइंग टू ग्रो? व्हाट इज द लेसन दैट आई नीड टू लर्न? बिकॉज सिचुएशन हमको बहुत टेरिबल और बहुत ये लगती हैं, ड्रास्टिक लगती हैं, लेकिन उनमें लेसन भी उतने ही डीप लेवल पे है. तो वो लेवल की कॉन्टेम्पलेशन करनी है अभी बाकी.
Sure. Okay, I understand. Thank you.
No problem. And based on what Seema was saying, so Akshay, one thing that Seema was talking about, although she brought up the topic of attachment styles in a relationship scenario this way,
Yes,
but
sir.
I would also say कि you also explore that. You
Yes,
also
sir.
explore what insecure attachment styles you operate from. Because although you ask the question from a business setup point of view, but we take it more from a relationship point. So
Yes, sir.
whether the setup is through personal relation or professional relation, at the end of the day, it is about dealing with people. It is about connecting with people.
Correct, sir.
And it
Correct.
is about how we attract the right kind of people or how we get attracted to the right kind of people or not. So somewhere your insecure attachment styles will be playing in this situation as well for you to agree कि इस बंदे को आने दो.
Correct.
तो कहीं ना कहीं तुमने हाँ तो की ना उसको अपनी टीम में लेने के लिए.
Yes, sir.
तो वो जो हाँ आई वो कहीं ना कहीं तुम्हारे इनसिक्योर अटैचमेंट स्टाइल की वजह से ही आया. जैसे सीमा बोल रही थी कि अब वो दिखना शुरू हो गया है, तो दिखने के बाद वो हाँ कर ही नहीं पाती है. जब तक दिख नहीं रहा था तब तक तो हाँ हो रहा था, पर अब हो रहा है, अब दिख रहा है, अब वो रेड फ्लैग सामने दिख रहे हैं.
Right. So I
तो
was
अब वो
telling you that sir, that this is an insecure attachment or fear that to have a person, if that person is there, it means I'm not secure about that ki this, if this person is not there, this will not happen. Sometimes even as a founder also, as a promoter also, we deviate from our values and vision to fulfill that particular task.
we do that once again it is again about attachment styles only, because you can deviate from, see, all these are excuses.
Correct.
तुम फाउंडर के वजह से कर रहे हो या कोई किसी रिलेशनशिप में फंसा है और उसमें वो किसी और रीजन से बोले बिकॉज आई लव दिस पर्सन, आई केयर अबाउट दिस पर्सन, रीजन एक्सक्यूजेस तो हम ऊपर ऊपर से कुछ भी दे सकते हैं। क्वेश्चन ये आ रहा है कि हम क्यों रीजन दे रहे हैं जबकि हमें ये क्लियर है कि मुझे ये नहीं करना है।
करेक्ट सर।
राइट। तो वो कहीं ना कहीं वो एक कुछ तो इनसिक्योरिटी, एक डीप डाउन लेवल की इनसिक्योरिटी है जिसकी वजह से हम उन चीजों को हाँ बोल रहे हैं जिनको हम नॉर्मली हाँ नहीं बोलेंगे।
करेक्ट
और अगर हम उसकी कोई जस्टिफिकेशन या कोई एक्सक्यूज दे रहे हैं और उसको जस्टिफाई कर रहे हैं तो पॉइंट क्या है? तो फिर आइदर यू गिव एक्सक्यूजेस और यू सी दिस, यू कैन नॉट हैव बोथ।
करेक्ट।
है ना? तो एक बार वो चीज देख ली तो ये एक्सक्यूजेस भी अपने आप ही छूट जाएंगे।
करेक्ट सर।
So see if you can identify your insecure attachment style in this and see are you able to identify these red flags in the interview process itself, and when you are meeting another person and all that. Do these things come up? Do these insecurities come up as you are talking to the person? Maybe somewhere you are also driven by these things. अगर इसको नहीं लिया तो शायद आपका कुछ छूट जाएगा, आपका कुछ नुकसान हो जाएगा and all that.
यस यस सर, यस सर।
है ना?
Correct.
तो वो सब फियर को अगर देखना है तो वो इनसिक्योर अटैचमेंट स्टाइल को देखना पड़ेगा।
यस सर।
Okay. Let's go to Sushmita. Sushmita, you are next.
Hi, is this the right platform to talk about marriage and the abuse and the toxic relationships that I'm going through?
Yes.
So my question is, just to inform you guys, I've just gone through physical abuse, like 6 o'clock in the evening, wherein I was beaten up. I was kicked in my stomach and I was kicked at my back. I'm sorry. It's been 2.5 years of my marriage. And we liked each other and we got married. It's not a love marriage, it is an arranged marriage. He lied to me. It was 1 month of knowing of each other, that is February. And then we got married just before pandemic. He doesn't earn. Whatever he's been speaking is pure lie. He did not tell me about his health that he's been dealing with diabetes. He takes insulin. So that was not a major part for me to accept this relationship. I was fine with it, honestly. But then the amount of abuse that I'm going through is something that I'm not able to take. I just got beaten up very badly. I was a school topper. I was a college topper. I was a cabin crew. I worked as a cabin crew for 6.5 years and had a great name working in that. And all my family members, my extended family members, I had great name from them. Then after marriage, I lost my self-esteem. I lost my self-confidence. I lost everything. I lost my communication. I lost trust on myself. I could have spoken better if the abuse didn't happen in the evening, but it just happened. And my question is, like, if the person is physically or verbally abusing you, so you cannot, you in that situation, if you abuse them back or hit them back because you want to try to save yourself, because men are physically they are strong, and I'm going through a lot of pain, so I had to hit him back. And now he's playing the victim card when his dad arrives, that listen, this is what she done to me, she's hitting me here, she's kicking me. And if he abused me, I abused him back, because the abuse reached a level where I couldn't take it. So is it wrong to abuse him back verbally? And if he's hitting me, to hit him back, because the pain that he had given me, and of course I'm very pitied. I don't have such energy of what he has, but then that's what he's trying to blame me. And also this relation, he once once, like, this has been happening very often, like every 3 months, some or the other thing we just keep fighting on. Um like, he tries to put whatever I do, he tries to search, something that you're doing wrong. Like, he's trying to search a point to blame on me.
Mm. Mm.
Can I get an answer, please?
Mm. See,
Do you want me to
very
stay in this
simple.
relationship? I don't have children yet. I'm scared to have children also.
Yeah, I can understand. I think it's a good thing you don't have kids yet. That's actually a good thing, to be honest. Simple answer to what you're asking, I would say self-defense is never wrong. So everyone has the right to self-defense. That's what I can say. Obviously, I'm not personally. I don't like violence. I wouldn't go around and start beating, hitting people, and all that. But then at the same time, if someone is going to do that to me, definitely I'm not going to sit quiet as well. So um, self-defense is everyone's right, and and I don't think that even law will say that you are wrong to self-defend yourself. So self-defense is always right only. You have to protect yourself. You, so that's what I can say. Um,
Okay, and also people are telling me that yes, you have to get out of this relationship, but then the relationship that you're going through right now will be as hard if you get out of it as well, because you'll be a divorcee. So I'm really scared. Not that I'm loving him, I really loved him when I got married, because that's the thing. Like Seema was saying, that they sugarcoat things a lot, and like Nikki was saying, it's been 14 years of the relation, the ups and downs. But I am, I just don't, I am in a state where, I mean, people actually fed me that, even if you get out, it won't be as easy. It's the same. Like, it is, even being in a relationship is not.
which kind of people are telling you that? Do you trust those people?
I do trust the people. My mother is one of them, because she obviously thinks, I mean, prays good for me. She tells me that it is okay. I know this is wrong. I know this is wrong. Let's see how it goes. It's his
Okay.
dad as well. One of my friend who's a dentist, she's telling me that I know this is very wrong. You really need to stand for yourself. Nobody will come stand, neither your mother, brother, or anybody, be it anyone. You have to stand for yourself. But the life will also be as hard as it is after the marriage, if you leave, I mean, if you break the marriage.
Mhm.
Yeah, so what do you want me to do?
See, people can advise you whatever they can. Your mother can say whatever, other people can say whatever, but you are the one who's going through all this, right?
Correct.
So whenever personally I have a certain rule in my life. I am open to take advice from people. I don't have any problem taking advice from people and suggestion from people. It's not that we know everything.
Right.
So I don't operate from that. But yes, I have criteria that who I will be taking advice from. So I always ask two questions: that who are you who's giving the advice, and meaning that can I trust that person? Do I know that person? Can I trust that person? I'm not just going to take any advice from anyone on the street and all that. So I will ask the question, who are you? Basically ask them, who is this person I'm taking advice from? Can I trust this person? And second
Right.
that I would ask question is, this person giving me this advice, are they happy living that advice themselves?
Right.
So if they are telling you something and they have applied that in their own life, what they are telling you, and they are happy,
Yeah.
then listen. then try to fully understand what they are saying. If your
Okay.
mother is saying this and she has applied this in her own life and she is very happy, then maybe talk to her in more deeper sense to find out ki, I'm not understanding what you're advising, so I want to know because I also want to be happy like you. But if she's not happy and she's only just giving you advice, doesn't matter even if you trust her, I would not go ahead with that.
Right. Okay.
Fake advice from people who giving you something and they have applied it and they're happy with it.
Yes.
Otherwise, एडवाइस देने के लिए तो दुनिया में सब लोग आ जाते हैं.
Exactly.
सिचुएशन में आप हो.
Right.
If the person giving you advice has faced that situation and they have a solution and they have applied that solution and they are very happy now and you can see that they are very happy, then learn from it.
Okay. Okay. My very close people have said that, let's see how it goes, but they know that what kind of a monster he is. The worst part is he comes back to me saying that I know I did wrong to you. I'm sorry. I love you. The love or the respect that I have for him is lost long back. I'm just there. I am trying to rebuild the love for him. I'm trying to, just okay. I'm telling myself, okay, this might be the phase that I have to go through. Probably I'm going through this, but today I don't know why. Like I feel like I'm done. No more abuse. No more physical or verbal abuse. No more emotional. I don't want this relationship because the way he hit me, I couldn't bear. My ears are aching. My back is aching. He hit me on my vagina. It is aching.
Akarma, may I say something?
I'm so sorry. I have just gone through this. I'm not
Let
able
her
to.
finish. Let her finish and then you can talk.
I'm so sorry, guys. I just have gone through this, so I couldn't control my emotions.
That's okay. You can say whatever you want to say. We listen.
It's totally okay, Sushmita. It's absolutely fine.
Yes, please go ahead.
We don't have any time limit. You can talk as much as you want.
Okay, okay, okay. Someone said someone want to give some advice. I would want to hear to that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Dr. Meenakshi Karwal, okay, and I have gone through the same situation that you told, but that situation was little different because my ex-husband, he didn't used to hit me directly, right? बट एक होता है ना षड्यंत्र करके पॉलिटिक्स करके मतलब आपको आगे से तो हक कर रहा है और पीछे से आपको स्टैप कर रहा है. ये सिचुएशन इतना डेंजरस हो जाता है ना क्योंकि आपको समझ नहीं आता है कि आपको स्टेप किसने किया. सामने तो वो मुस्कुरा रहा है और पीछे से स्टेप कर रहा है.
Exactly.
तो मेरा ना 8 साल तक लाइफ ऐसे रहा और मैं वेट करती रही शायद सब ठीक हो जाएगा है ना और वेट करती रही. वो वेटिंग खत्म ही नहीं हुआ और मुझे सारा एनर्जी लॉस्ट हो गया. मैं एमटेक थी और उस टाइम बट मैंने मतलब माय जॉब वाज कंटिन्यूइंग बट ही वाज इररेस्पॉन्सिबल इन एनी वे. ही वाज नॉट रेडी टू टेक रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द होम. ठीक है, सब मैं ही कर रही थी जॉब में रह के भी. और फिर वो हमेशा साथ भी नहीं रहता था, आउट ऑफ स्टेशन रहता था, आता था और मुझे मतलब पूरी तरह झिकझोर के चला जाता था. मेंटली मुझे इतना डिस्टर्ब कर जाता था कि मैं ना वो साइनोसॉइडल कर्व से निकल ही नहीं पाती थी. आई एम जस्ट शेयरिंग यू द स्टोरी क्योंकि मैं ये सब फेस देख चुकी हूँ तो आई कैन रिलेट व्हाट यू आर फीलिंग राइट नाउ. राइट. तो उस टाइम पे मतलब सम पीपल आर ना साइकोपैथ, सोशियोपैथ काइंड ऑफ पीपल. उनको ये बीमारी होती है एंड व्हेन और दे आर वेरी वीक. जो भी पावरफुल इंसान होगा ना वो दूसरे को रेज करेगा और जो वीक होगा वो दूसरे को गिराएगा. What I am sensing na that person is very weak. That's why he is exploiting you ना. He is feeling like कि to मतलब वो एक पावर उसको आ गया कि ऐसे करके उसको पावरफुल फील हो रहा है. एंड ही इज बेसिकली वेरी वीक, ठीक है। बट मुझे लगता है मैं भी यही सिचुएशन में थी। मतलब एक होता है ना हिंदुस्तान में, हम लोग के इंडियन सिस्टम में, कल्चर में ये होता है कि मैरिज है तो 7 जन्मों का सफर है
Exactly.
ना। और पता नहीं कितने सारे फेरी टेल्स, और हम लोग बचपन से यही
That's
सुनते
not true.
आए हैं, राइट। तो मैं बहुत अच्छे से समझ पा रही हूँ आप क्या समझ रहे हो, सोच रहे हो। और आप इधर उधर आप कितनी भी एडवाइस दे लो, सब बोलेंगे बी स्ट्रॉन्ग, स्टे स्ट्रॉन्ग। आई
Yes.
नो कि ये सिचुएशन बहुत टफ है, पर स्ट्रॉन्ग कैसे होना है ये कोई नहीं बताएगा आपको,
Yes.
है ना।
Yes.
तो हाँ, तो स्ट्रेंथ आपको अपनी अंदर की हर एक सोल की ना स्ट्रेंथ अलग होती है। हर एक सोल का अलग वे होता है स्ट्रेंथ को पाने का। यू हैव टू फाइंड इट योरसेल्फ। एंड
Correct.
सेकेंडली,
Yes.
एक्सेप्ट कर लेना कि मैं अब इसके साथ नहीं रह सकती,
Exactly.
है ना। ये करेज आपको अपने अंदर लाना पड़ेगा, और उसको बार बार। और पता है, आई एम अ डिवोर्सी, मुझे अभी 1 महीने पहले ही डिवोर्स हुआ मेरा, ठीक है। और मैंने बहुत कुछ झेला, क्योंकि हम लोग ऐसे थे ही नहीं कि पुलिस वुलिस कोर्ट वोट हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात थी, है ना।
Okay.
टीचिंग फैमिली से थे मम्मी पापा भी, और मैं भी टीचिंग में ही हूँ, आई एम अ प्रोफेसर। तो बट वो केस के दौरान मैंने अपने आप को बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग किया। मैंने इसी केस के दौरान मेरी पीएचडी कंप्लीट हुई, मेरी सेकंड गुड़िया हुई थी, उसके तुरंत बाद ही मेरा ये डिसीजन हुआ कि मुझे नहीं रहना है इसके साथ, है ना। तो आपका मन भी आपको कई बार बेवकूफ बनाएगा, नहीं वापस चली जाती हूँ, इस
Yes.
तरफ भी बहुत प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, ठीक है। बट ये जो रोज रोज की टॉक्सिकेंट्स आप उसके थ्रू ले रहे हो ना, तो ये एक आपका दम घोट देगा। अब आप इमेजिन करो, आपके 5 साल बाद, 10 साल बाद आपकी, अभी आप में आपकी एज क्या होगी, इफ यू डोंट माइंड?
I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30
हाँ,
September.
मैं भी 30 इयर्स की थी जब मैं आई हैव टू टुक दिस डिसीजन। बट बाय लक मेरे पेरेंट्स वगैरह मेरे सपोर्ट में थे, तो मेरे लिए थोड़ा सा आराम हो गया था। बट आई हैव किड्स, तो वो
Yes.
एडिशनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के साथ, और मतलब कहाँ जाना है, क्या करना है, कुछ नहीं समझ आ रहा था।
Yeah.
और उस टाइम पे मतलब जस्ट गुड़िया हुई थी, और 6 दिन बाद ही मुझे ये पता चल गया था कि ही इज लिविंग विद अनदर वुमन इन चंडीगढ़। एंड आई वाज स्ट्रगलिंग इन द लाइक ड्यूरिंग द एंटायर सेकंड प्रेगनेंसी ऑल अलोन, राइट। और
Okay.
साथ में एक बेबी भी था। तो ये सब मैंने बहुत झेला, और उसके बाद मुझे ये समझ आया कि यू हैव टू गेट द करेज फॉर योरसेल्फ, नो वन एल्स इज गोइंग टू डू दैट फॉर यू,
Correct.
है ना। तो ये मतलब पॉइंटेड डाउन, ज्यादा से ज्यादा क्या होगा डाइवोर्स होने के बाद? लोग
Exactly.
नहीं, सबसे बड़ा डर ये है कि लोग क्या कहेंगे। अब क्या
Yes.
कह रहे हैं, क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है?
I still have that fear. I have the fear, not just log, the relatives, my family, dad's family, and I don't have father. The reason I got married to this guy is because, caste issue. Caste issue is a very big thing. People tell me that you're very intelligent, and why did you fall for this dumb fucker? Why did you not know? Why did you not see anything? Because same, I was given fake promises. I was told lies. I was lied about his health. Why would I wanted to get married to a man who got diabetic? Because this is not a love marriage. I want a man who is healthy and fit.
I know.
And he
तो
also,
ये
on top of that, I helped him with a lot of money. A
yeah,
lot of money.
same here, huh? Same I did. But he is not going to ever feel gratitude for what you
No,
have done.
exactly.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
would never do. आप 20 साल और निकाल दो, he is not in his character that he could do that.
Yes.
उसके लिए भी gratitude होना एक बहुत divine quality है, and people
Yes.
are not divine like that. Right?
Yes.
तो मुझे पता है, मैं divorced हूँ और मेरे 2 बच्चे हैं, I am living with my parents. और ठीक है, थोड़ा सा टफ सिचुएशंस आती है, बट लाइफ इज अगेन ब्यूटीफुल बिकॉज यू कैन सी द पॉजिटिव पार्ट, एंड यू गैदर द कॉन्फिडेंस दैट यू कैन सर्वाइव वेरी वेल विदाउट अ बास्टर्ड।
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
किसी को कंधे पे लेके चलते रहना और पूरा टाइम आप कर रहे हो, उसके बाद भी वो आपको मतलब पूरी तरह से फाइनेंशियली, इमोशनली और हर तरह से फिजिकली यूज करके, और उसके बाद फिर मतलब दिस इज नॉट द रीजन व्हाई वी गॉट दिस बर्थ, राइट?
Exactly.
अगर अभी नहीं समझेंगे तो फिर अगले जन्म में भी कुछ ऐसा होगा जो आपको समझाने के लिए यूनिवर्सल एनर्जी काम करेगी और टफ सिचुएशन में डालेगी. यू हैव टू गेदर द करेज. और मुझे लगता है नेचर से बहुत बड़ा करेज आता है. स्पिरिचुअलिटी, अगर आप मेडिटेट करो, स्पिरिचुअल बनो,
Okay.
तो उससे जितना करेज आता है वो किसी इंसान से नहीं आ सकता. तो आई विश कि आप मैं थोड़ा सा स्पिरिचुअल साइड में जाएं तो आपको एक अलग ही शक्ति ना, जो हमारे इंडियन सिस्टम में है, गॉड एंड गॉडेस है, हर किसी का ना एक अलग करेक्टरिस्टिक होता है. दुर्गा का हम पूछते हैं तो ताकि हमें दुर्गा की शक्ति आए, सरस्वती को विद्या की शक्ति देने के लिए, है ना. तो ये जब हम इन सब का बार बार इन वर्ड्स को बोलते हैं, शक्ति हमें मिले, तो वो सच में हमारे अंदर उतरती है. पर वो एकदम मतलब कॉन्फिडेंस की मुझे अब यहाँ पे नहीं करना है, और मतलब तुम सौंपना पड़ेगा कि भगवान को सौंप दिया हमने और अब वो ही संभालेंगे जो भी करेंगे, और मुझे अब इसके साथ ये डिसीजन में वो ही सपोर्ट करेंगे.
Yes.
भगवान को लेके चलना पड़ेगा. और है ना, लोगों के पास पावर नहीं होती है ना.
Yes.
Sushmita, I would like to say something. Sorry, I'm interrupting you, Meenakshi.
Yes.
Sushmita, whether you are 30, whether I'm 40, whether anybody is 53, whether anybody is 63, the right time of coming out of a bad relationship has to be coming out of you. And when I'm saying this, there is nothing like right, wrong. ये जो हमारे समाज, हमारे रिलेटिव सब हमें सिखाते हैं कि ओ अब तुम 40 साल की हो गई, अब निकल के क्या करोगी. So what I'm trying to say, अभी आपका first step is should be, पहले तो you should get your facts clear about it. If your family is supportive, fine. But I still suggest कि पहले family से बात करो, sit with them and tell them that you're not able to take it and you have decided. उसके बाद don't get conflicted. For that purpose, you should go to the YouTube channel. We had discussed about narcissism. That will help you understand the characteristics about your husband, which I'm trying to understand. लग रहा है कि वो थोड़ा narcissic है, and Meenakshi said that he's a sociopath and everything and all. So you have strength. That's why you're talking to all of us.
Yes.
I was in your place and I couldn't talk. So you were absolutely right. कि जब when we go through an abuse, we are not able to speak. We are in a different place altogether.
Yes.
But you have strength, and I can see your strength because it takes a lot to talk on a platform about your issues, and you already have it. So get your things clear, get clear, and life is not easy for you right now.
Okay.
Why you feel that life will be difficult? Yes, divorcee is a word. First is acceptance of your own self. In this situation, you are getting abused. You are not able to accept it. You are saying you lost your self-confidence. तुम पढ़ी लिखी हो, right? तुमने कितना अच्छा पढ़ाई किया है. So wherever you are, I feel that you are in a better place because from here you will go better only.
Yes, I have the same feeling.
So don't get into this constant mind and heart taking us in different directions. Like I said it in my conversation with the karma, there is always a power in all of us. Strengths are there, but the fear in us will stop us. Why? Because we are taught fear only. We're not taught strength. अगर हमें शुरू से ही पता होता, then ये जो बाकी सारी चीजें हैं ना, भगवान, practice, meditation, even going through this PSLR, past life, that is secondary for you. I feel where you are right now, it's most important is to just take a stand for yourself, talk to your family, that is the first step, and make yourself fine, go to a doctor, get yourself checked. These are the steps that you need to follow. Then you will see the life will follow. I can assure you that there is nothing that you'll be looking back. In fact, you'll be smiling about whatever you're going through. So don't be scared, first of all. Yeah, whatever is happening is absolutely not to be accepted by any human being, whether it's a man or a woman. Abuse should not be accepted in the first place. And like you said about your mother, my mother, I have no shame in accepting it. Today, when I've done my healing work, my mother still tells me things because, you know, it's not her issue also, because she's been abroad by a set of people who had less knowledge, less awareness. So वो जिस परवरिश से आए उन्होंने मुझे वैसे किया, राइट?
Yes.
है ना?
Yes.
अब मैं अवेयर हो गई हूँ, मैं हील्ड हो गई हूँ, तो मैं उस अवेयरनेस में वापस मैच नहीं कर पाती हूँ. बट ओनली न्यूट्रल थिंग दैट आई कैन डू इज, बिकॉज शी इज माई मदर, आई डोंट डिसरिस्पेक्ट हर, बट
Correct.
डेफिनेटली आई नो माई बाउंड्रीज. So
Correct.
nobody can push me away to a place where I'm not comfortable. So
Yeah.
that thing can come to you also, because
Yeah.
most of the times our families teach the girls, boys both कि नहीं रह जाओ, कोई बात नहीं, abusive marriage में रह जाओ, बच्चे भी पैदा करवा देते हैं कि
Yes.
बच्चे से ठीक हो
And
जाएगा, मेरी शादी में हुआ है,
that is
okay?
what people are
और
telling me.
worse हो
Get
जाएगा, because
yes. Yes.
जो पहले ठीक नहीं है वो बाद में भी ठीक नहीं होगा. It will be more worse because then like Nikki is struggling with that question कि मैं क्यों हूँ, मेरे
Yes.
बच्चों पे इफेक्ट आएगा. मैं ये दोनों जगह रह चुकी हूँ. सो आई
Yes.
से हर किसी की जर्नी अलग है, लेकिन ये
Yes.
प्लेटफॉर्म हमें बहुत अच्छा मिला था, हम बता सकते हैं एटलीस्ट अपने एक्सपीरियंस से. बट अल्टीमेटली डिसीजन हैज टू बी योर्स, नो रिग्रेट्स अबाउट इट कि मैंने इसके कहने पे ले लिया, उसके कहने पे ले लिया.
Right.
So first step is to talk to your parents. Take them in the confidence. If they are supportive, then why not? First tell them that I'm not able to take it. Then I'm going to take a stand if you support me. That's what I did in 14, after 14 years of my abusive marriage. They didn't supported me that time also.
Yeah.
But I said, I'm going to stand.
Yes.
And I only regret I had is I could have, saved my 14 years of
Yeah.
abuse.
Exactly.
But now when I hear you, I have a smile also, because each one of us has a soul purpose also, which is a very later part. So I don't want you to confuse. So I'm smiling because I understand what is the journey is all about. What is it taught me and why I have gone through. Maybe I have to help people. So each one is on a beautiful journey and we all are connected somehow. That's why we are on this platform.
Yes.
So first step is please take care of yourself. If you're bleeding, if you're doing this, first strength is to take care of yourself. If तुम ठीक रहोगी तो तुम बाकी की लड़ाई जंग लड़ सकोगी. मुझे ये
Yes.
किसी ने सिखाया था.
Yes. Today was the first day. Today I felt it is enough. I kicked him back on his leg because my hands and all were tight. I mean, he was holding me very tight. I thought I am done with this. I am done with this. I kicked him back. He's calling me a bitch. I called him bastard. You.
But इसका कोई end नहीं होगा, याद रखना. Like
Yeah.
Akarma said,
This
that
was
is a
the first
dignity.
time I
I
ever.
cannot go to a level that other person is. So defense and crossing the level,
Yes.
or going me becoming abusive myself, then
Yes.
there is no difference between him and me.
Yes.
Yes,
That is.
to protect yourself, self-defense is fine, but abuse, तो इससे बाहर निकलना will be better, या इसमें रह के वैसे ही बन जाना. That answer you have to get it. What I'm trying to say, है ना?
Right.
So
Right.
कितना भी तुम रोलोगी, मैं तुम्हें अभी बता रही हूँ अपने एक्सपीरियंस से, कितना भी घंटों भी मैंने
Okay.
ये गलती करी है, तुम अपना टाइम सेव कर लो. मैं एक विक्टिम मोड में चली जाती थी, जिसको विक्टिम मोड कहते हैं.
Yes.
मैं जिससे भी मिल रही हूँ सिर्फ ये सर्कल में मैं बात करती रहती थी. ओके,
Okay.
बात
Thank-
कर रही हूँ और बात करके ना मुझे रिलैक्स फील करता था. नेक्स्ट मिनट वो मेरे से अच्छे से कुछ भी 2 मिनट के लिए बात करता था. आई यूज्ड टू गेट कन्विंस एंड ऐसे मैंने ना जिंदगी निकाल दी 14 साल. Then I realized मैं कर क्या रही हूँ.
Yes.
Like victim mode में बोल के what I'm doing.
Yes.
I need to have a solution, no? End of the day.
Yes.
है ना?
Absolutely.
तो मेरा सजेशन तुम्हें यही है कि अपने पेरेंट्स से बात करो, अपनी हेल्थ का ध्यान रखो. तुम काफी पढ़ी लिखी हो एंड एज डज नॉट मैटर. जिस मर्जी एज में हो, अब्यूज अगर नहीं झेला जा रहा ना तो बाहर निकलो. दैट्स योर सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट.
Sure. I will. Thank you so much.
Mm.
Thank you so much.
Thanks everyone. I feel very happy to hear all this. I was listening to this, so that's good. Everything that Seema and Meenakshi said. So reflect
I
back
may-
on that, Sushmita, and this call is getting recorded, so you can listen to this call again as well, and see what you get out of this. Because one thing which I see is still good in your case is that you don't have kids.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
would say keep it that way if you can,
Okay. Okay.
until you are very sure about this, whether you want to be out or you want to be in. So in both cases, until you are very sure, keep it that way, because kids will make things complicated.
Okay.
If I may
And
add something.
yes, yes,
Yes.
go on.
Yeah, I don't know. I see your name as Arukal. Everybody keeps calling you Sushmita. I'm not sure who was
Yeah.
speaking. Whoever
Sushmita.
you are, people telling you that, yeah, whoever. What I'm trying to tell you is that irrespective of whoever tries to tell you, that decision for leaving this marriage or relationship has to come from within, I would say that, right now, as I can see as a person and as a professional, you need to take care of your safety. And so that time to take a decision about the relationship may come later, but you need to remove yourself from that place where you are at risk at any given time. And you need
Okay.
to remove the, irrespective of whether you feel like taking a decision regarding the relationship or not, you need to leave that place and move to a safer place, maybe your parents' place or whatever it is. But
Okay.
irrespective of whether you are ready to take the decision from your heart or not, move
Yes.
yourself from that place where you're not safe physically. That's all I wanted to say. Sir. Thank you. Sorry for butting in.
No, actually, this happened.
It's a valid point. It's a valid point that जिंदा रहोगे तभी तो बैटल लड़ पाओगे ना. जिंदा ही
Yeah.
नहीं होगे तो फिर बैटल क्या लड़ोगे. हाँ. तो
No, actually, this
safety.
happened. I was at my mom's place when last time also I were into abuse. I stayed at my mom for 3 months, and then he comes back. He begs me. He's like, "I love you. I cannot see myself without you." And it's not the first time that I believe him. I know this is going to get repeated, but then I'm like, okay, maybe he changed this time. Maybe we will not fight. Maybe I think I should only keep quiet. I think I should not react. Let him be. If I don't react, there will not be any problem. Thinking that, I came back after staying 3 months at my mom's place. Let me tell you, I was the happiest. I was working, I had a job, and I was sleeping happily.
So you have the evidence now. Now, so that's good. See, you gave him a benefit of doubt. That is good. So
Yeah.
he apologized and he did whatever. You gave him benefit of doubt. You came back, and then this got repeated.
Yes.
So you've done your bit. You've given another person a chance,
Yes, I
and
did.
they have not changed. So
Yes.
now, how many chances you going to give? That is up to you. So we can all say whatever we can say, but at the end of the day, you can see this cycle is just going in loop.
Yeah.
You have a fight, he beats you, you beat him, then you go to your mother's place, few months later he come back, he says sorry, and then you go back, and then few months later it will all.
Yes.
So if this is going in loop, then you only can decide. No? So you have given a benefit of doubt to another person, and you gave him a chance that he
Yes,
will.
I did.
So now learn from it.
Sure. Sure. Yes, I should. I should.
I must say, like, thanks, Seema, Meenakshi, for the inner, exploration which you inspire Shushmita about, and also what Ashwini added. That's really, really, really important. Sushmita, there are few things which you need to keep in your mind, and not just few, just one thing that, again, when you do that, what Ashwini just suggested you,
Yes.
the person coming back and telling you that, I love you, and all the crappy stories,
Yes.
whatever it is,
Yes.
this is going to happen again,
Yes, absolutely.
right?
Yes.
Yes. So it will happen again and again and again, and the intensity will increase.
Correct.
So even if you want to test it out, like for 6 months, 1 year, you can test it out. If this is the case, then it can like go on for like really, really long time. And this, I'm not just saying, from your story. This happens in every codependent or a trauma bonded relationship. So I also sense that this could be a trauma bond, but I can be wrong. So we have had discussions about these topics, and this could also be a narcissistic relationship. So
Yes.
slowly, when you move yourself physically aside from there, you start knowing yourself better, and also these things, so that not because we want to label the other person that he's this and that, but for your self-awareness, that why you got attracted. When we started this conversation, we were talking about that only.
Yes.
Why you got attracted in this
Yes.
relationship? What are your lessons?
Yes.
Right. So
Yeah.
please.
Actually, you asked me like what was the reason that I had to get into this relationship. First of all, okay.
No, I'm not asking you right now.
Okay,
This is
okay.
something which you
Yes.
need to contemplate
Right.
over.
Right.
That whatever fears you have, right?
Yes.
Whatever things, whatever wounds, whatever.
What Nanika is trying to say is what the suggestion we gave to Nikki also, that you mentioned that you are well educated, you're still young, so and you have a job and all that you said, right? But
Yes.
now life has brought you to this situation,
Yes.
has given you this kind of environment, this kind of husband and all that. So
Yeah.
that means there is still all those things are there. You are well educated, you are young, you are financially independent, all those things are there. But
Yeah.
still something is not there. Because of that, you are in this kind of relationship. So
Absolutely.
now you have to start seeing what is life trying to point you to. So you are not able to stand up for yourself. You're not able to set a healthy boundary in this kind of relationship to say कि ठीक है whatever it is. Physical abuse is a line where everyone needs to draw a line. So
Exactly.
husband wife में I've always said this and I stand by that thing कि ठीक है कभी कोई बहुत एक्सट्रीम केस हो जाता है जिसमें कभी किसी को गुस्सा आ गया और एक थप्पड़ मार दिया किसी को, तो एक आध वो एक्सेप्शनल केसेस को अगर हम साइड में रखें कि
Yeah.
कोई बहुत ही इमोशनल कोई ऐसी कोई सिचुएशन हो गई जिसमें किसी का हाथ उठ गया, तो
Yeah.
वो तो हम इंसान है, कोई भी कर सकता है, तुम्हारा भी तुम हस्बैंड पे हाथ उठ सकता है, उसका तुम पे हाथ उठ सकता है, वो उसको हम फिजिकल अब्यूज नहीं बोलेंगे ना एकदम से, बट समवन हु इज नाउ हैबिचुअल कि
Yeah.
बस कुछ भी हो हाथ उठा दो एंड ऑल दैट, वी आर ऑल एडल्ट्स,
Yeah.
राइट? वी कैन नॉट हैव दैट लाइन क्रॉस्ड. इट्स जस्ट that's self respect, that's simple self respect. Like
Correct.
I don't even understand कि ये कोई कैसे कर देता है और वो कोई कैसे करवा देता है.
I know.
ठीक है, तो वहां पे यू हैव टू सेट अ लाइन. लव इज फाइन, लव बॉम्बिंग इज फाइन, ही इज कमिंग बैक एंड ऑल दैट इज फाइन.
Yeah.
अगर एक बार किसी ने गलती से हाथ उठा दिया और नाउ ही इज अपोलोजेटिक अबाउट इट एंड ही मेक श्योर ही इज नॉट गोइंग टू डू इट, चलो ठीक है, यू कैन ओवरलुक दैट एंड से चलो ठीक है, कुछ बहुत बड़ी बात हो गई थी और आई ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड कि बहुत गुस्से में हाथ उठे, एक बार कभी लाइफ में ऐसा हो गया, ठीक है, तो वो अलग है. लेकिन कोई नाउ टेक यू फॉर ग्रांटेड एंड अपनी फ्रस्ट्रेशंस तुम्हारे ऊपर निकालना और इस तरह से किसी को मारना, hitting you on your vagina and doing this, this is not, ये सही नहीं है.
Yeah.
गुस्से में भी कोई किसी को कोई if we love someone, we claim कि we love someone, अगर हम उसको गुस्से में भी मारेंगे तो ऐसे तो नहीं मारेंगे ना कि वो बंदा मरी जाए.
Yes.
मतलब this is a different level altogether.
Yes.
गुस्से में भी किसी का हाथ उठ जाएगा तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा कहीं थप्पड़ मार देंगे किसी को.
Yes.
ऐसे तो नहीं मारेंगे ना कि सर पे उसके पैर मारे जा रहे हैं, उसके पेट पे लाते मारे जा रहे हैं, उसके जेनिटल्स पे लाते मारे जा रहे हैं. ये क्या बात है?
Yes.
दिस इज प्रोबेबली, अगर मेरे को किसी पे स्ट्रेंजर पे भी गुस्सा आएगा ना तो शायद मैं उसके साथ भी नहीं कर पाऊंगा.
Yeah.
तो यू हैव टू ड्रॉ लाइन समवेयर ना कि ये नहीं हो सकता. तो मे बी लाइफ इज टीचिंग यू दैट लेसन दैट यू आर नॉट एबल टू सेट दोस बाउंड्रीज. And
Exactly.
this is the situation that has brought you in this.
Exactly. Absolutely.
तुम ये छोड़ के भी जाओगी तो somewhere or the other things, क्योंकि लर्निंग तो हुई ना.
Yes.
सिर्फ रिसीविंग ही हुई है अभी तक कि ये वर्बल अब्यूज, फिजिकल अब्यूज, यू जस्ट ओनली रिसीव्ड इट, यू स्टिल हैवंट लर्न हाउ टू स्टैंड अप. So
Yeah.
this situation is trying to teach you that कि बाकी सब तो तुमने बाकी सब तो किले फतेह कर लिए हैं, बाकी सब तो चेक बॉक्सेस हो गए हैं कि now you are financially independent, you are this, you are that, you are well educated, वो but ये रह गया ना, ना? तो ये सीखो तुम यहाँ से.
Yeah. Yes. I really appreciate all of your thoughts and your experiences and what you've been through and what I should do right now. I think the only thing I understood is I'm really scared to take a stand on myself. I got it. I definitely got it. And thank you. I really
And you acknowledge that fear. You are afraid. You acknowledge that fear, but you still go ahead with it.
sure.
Yeah.
हाँ, मैंने कहा ये बात है.
And there are a lot of things that I sensed and I felt when you were talking. So this is going to be like totally sound like out of context. I guess I have like 4 or 5 different points, to pointers which I could give you. But let's go ahead with just one. And then
Okay.
what I'm sensing that you have, the reason why it's so hard for you to get out of this is you have a lot of mother wounds coming in you, right? And maybe father wounds as well, but as you said, you didn't have a father, so
Yes.
that also, but a lot of mother wounds I'm sensing. So we had a talk about it. So I don't claim that I am absolutely right about this, but you need to go through that. And we had a recording, take out some time, an hour, and listen to that recording about mother wounds.
Definitely.
Right? And like Akarma said, for this particular thing, even if you're feeling the fear, go ahead. Right?
Sure.
Because I know you already know that this is going to repeat and this is a never ending,
Yes.
loop. You know it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do. Yes, that is it. Thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you so much.
Go through the recording. See, these are the reasons why we record these calls, because today what you said, it might help someone in future,
Exactly.
right? Your story, your experience, what you are saying, the discussion you are having, it might help another woman going through this kind of thing. And we always refer to, क्योंकि हम ये बात कर चुके हैं, so instead of us keep repeating the same thing in all the calls, we keep saying just check our channel. You go to our channel, just go through the topics, and whatever topic resonates, just start listening to those conversations. Right? Listen to those conversations as much as you can. First, listen to them. Right now, I am not suggesting you anything. I am just suggesting you watch our YouTube channel and just go through the list and listen to those recordings, because many people have shared many different experiences, and you might start to resonate. There are other people going through this and they have taken this step, that step. So
Yes.
you start to feel that you're not alone in this.
Okay.
Right? So watch our YouTube channel, go through those things, and once you have done that, after you have decided कि, okay, now I think I'm ready, I want to take this kind of thing, then you approach us. If there is anything, any need, any help you need from us, and what you need to, you tell us, and we'll give you whatever support and help we can give you. But right now, I want you to just go through the YouTube channel. There are many videos other people have already mentioned to you. Listen to those recordings.
I will. Definitely. I will.
Yeah. Neha, you raised your hand from a very long time. Did you want to add something or ask something? You're on mute, Neha.
Yeah. Yes. Hi, I'm audible right now.
Yes, you are.
Hello.
Yes,
Am I audible?
Go ahead, Neha. Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, actually, I was curious. I was a bit curious. Should we also talk about the legal rights she has, as it is a clear case of domestic violence, and if this person means, I was thinking कि अगर ये लोग separation के लिए जाते हैं, and after that, any another other girl can also fall in his trap, or
Yes,
means
that
I don't
might
know कि
happen too.
ये सही टाइम है या बाद में इसके बारे में सोचना चाहिए, but it was coming to my mind, or that's why I raised this. Thank you.
Yes, it's a good point, Neha, what you're saying, and because it is not our forte to give this kind of advice, but yes, see, I'm sure that even Sushmita would be aware that this is a domestic violence, and if she wants to report this and all that, that is purely her choice. Um, we cannot advise on those kind of things because we are not expert in that area. But as human beings, we can just talk about it. कि हाँ ये गलत तो है ही ना. This is domestic violence, and if you want to report this and all that, तो वो तो उसकी choice है. So you want to explore that option, Sushmita, you should explore that option also. कि इसको report करना है तो कैसे करना, क्या करना.
I just want to be at peace. I don't want all of that. I don't want to go through all of that. I think if I leave him, I will definitely be at the better place. Not that I want to hurt him so that he learn his lesson. He will learn his lesson either way if I leave him. That I know. I definitely know that.
Yeah. Yeah. Ashwini, you wanted to add something?
I just wanted to say that, can you hear me?
Yes,
We
yes.
can.
Am I audible? Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to add, like to Shushmita, that there's no need to thank just us, because, uh, like Akarma said, whatever you are talking may help someone else in the future, but it's also helping all of us who have already gone through. Probably, at least it's helping me. Let me talk about myself. It's helping
Okay.
me because all of us have gone through these kind of abusive relationships, and in some ways, I feel validated in my decision to have left that relationship, because we are sort of reliving. I'm sort of reliving those days, and I'm 55 years old, and I had married at 19. I was also school topper and topper, and when I used to look at my life, I used to think, is this my life really? Uh, and so I took a very long time to take a decision, but I removed myself physically first. Then I took maybe another 10, 12 years to take a decision to take legal action. That was different because there were children involved. But but there was no word called abuse at that point, or at least it was not openly spoken. And nobody wanted to talk about separation just because a woman was being abused. And I felt much better and much nicer that today you are openly talking about it, or there's a platform available, and don't feel that you are thankful to us, because definitely I'm grateful to you for sharing your experiences. I felt much better after listening. I don't know whether that's weird or whether it's not, but really I felt much better about somebody being able to share so openly, and remembering my time. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. It takes
Yeah,
a
I
lot of
agree. I
courage.
agree
Yeah.
with what Ashwini said. Yes. So there is nothing to feel thankful. I think the best thanks would be that you get something like this platform could transform your life. I think that would be the best thanks for this platform. Otherwise, talks are just talks. Like we can keep talking and talking. But if you can use this and you can transform your life, I think that would be the best reward for us.
Hi.
Hi,
Yeah.
Lali. Yes, go ahead.
Hi. My I often used to wonder, um, uh, I used to think that in a case where there is physical abuse or a drinking problem, things are so clear and explicit. It's so easy. In fact, I used to wish I was in such a relationship so that I would get support from society. My case was so different. that from the outside, of course, other people don't know. Only the person who's suffering may know. But in my case, there was no abuse in the sense of physical abuse, but sorry, there was every other kind of abuse, and I stayed uh, in it forever, and I still do. Now I don't know what I'll do without uh, now the abuse, the relevance has stopped because my children grew up, and but I'm still suffering because of the after effects of bringing children uh, within this. The children are not affected because I kept them protected and happy, and kind of projecting the very people who abuse me. Uh, but I am suffering. So life within, I may have at fault, but I was willing and introspective, and wanting to change always. But within the marriage, it was financial, emotional. It was not my husband, but his mother. So he did not have a mind of his own, and his remote was in mom's hand. It might sound very common, but from the outside, it was not how it was projected. And by end of it, and we had a family business, and at the end of it, I was a matrimonial system. Sorry, and in the end of it, the financial part also went, and my son also had to take a loan to protect my husband's interest. Actually, he also was taking care of the sister-in-laws and mother's interest. And finally, he has also been, you know, taken for a ride. So it was like my son was taken close to the mother, so that I had less hold. So financially, nothing was discussed with me. So it was like I tried my best to adjust, and now looking back, I find I didn't know my rights. I didn't know where to go. Of course, it was a different time. I did not know. I was not equipped to find my place now. Now, of course, there are a lot of online and other places or forums like this where you can reach out. I did not know who to reach out there. Whenever I tried, including some of the family members, I did not have help. Finally, I found in our scriptures there are some things that uh, gave me strength, and I found that only person who can change is oneself. I changed a lot from been changing continuously, but in the physical world, uh, I lost many things. But of course, I took the opportunity to grow for myself. But still, there is a part of me which is raw, and I don't know what to do. I've kept myself from becoming physically ill to a large extent, but still I'm suffering a lot. Um, Lot in the sense physically, and I'm not very clear on which aspect now I need to confront myself. But the communication was a total zero. Even now, the responsibility for the house, which has been given by my son by taking a loan to buy our own house back, so that my sister-in-law won't take that also. But he is also paying the loan, and he is still uh, working from hand to mouth. Of course, we are comfortable, I would say, but not really maintaining the standard of living which we started with. So that's all.
Hmm. So, for you, again, I would say, Ravi, that maybe best option for you would be to listen to some of our call recordings that we have done. Um, See if you can find your answers there. So, as you are still not sure what to do and which area you are challenged with and all that, listen to some of our call recordings. There is more than 50 videos that are there in our channel. And the whole point we keep recording these calls is so that these conversations can benefit people who missed out on those conversations. So use that. Spend some time. Like take, let's say, these calls are usually right now also we started at 7 o'clock and it's 8:40. So although we say it's 1 hour call, but if conversations are going, then we keep going. So some of these calls could be 1.5, 2 hours long as well. But get in the habit of listening to one recording per day and give yourself a couple of weeks time. Listen to 5, 10 calls. Pick the pick the topic that resonates with you in there. You don't have to go through each one by one. Just randomly pick the conversation. There is no link between the conversations, so it's not that you have to listen to this first and that second. Just randomly pick the topic that resonates with you. Start listening to that. Build your understanding around your challenge and your situation first. And once you have built that understanding, after that, if you are now clear that yes, here I am stuck. So get that clarity. Where are you stuck? And then you can approach us and talk to us, and then we can probably further guide you that if you're stuck here, then this could be the steps that you can take. So that's that. So we give that option. Otherwise, we have another option of taking clarity call with us. So anyone who doesn't have the time to go through all these recordings and figure out, then book a time with us so we can explore that in more details around where you are stuck. So book a clarity call with us or listen to these recordings and try to identify where you are stuck. So once you get the clarity, then it becomes a lot more easier to guide that, okay, from here you can take these kind of steps. So that's what I can say to you. Does that make sense?
Yes, Karma, it makes sense. Just want to add one point. I I didn't have self-love. I found very late recently, and I allowed people to confuse me. I was very intuitive and very clear about the world and my perspective, but I allowed somebody to confuse me. So I just want to state that because this is a big danger in a person who is already clear on your perspective and so I knew what I wanted. Uh, I may have had certain things that I could have corrected. I never made a mistake in the marriage as such. Maybe I didn't have understanding how people feel insecure about you. That is my mother-in-law, and not because of anything I said, but on her own, what is inside her was insecure, and she let, and maybe she later regretted, but there was no undoing the things she has done. Later, she was scared that I would say something, but even till her death recently, a few months back, I did not say anything about what she has done. I have loved them sincerely, but that doesn't make any sense. Okay, I might feel great. That won't satisfy your inner thing. Of in the end, you have to do justice to oneself, and I would underline that. I think that you have to feel good. Uh, in spite of being good, you have not done made yourself happy. Then there's no point. Thank
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm 100% with you. And when we were talking to Sushmita, I also mentioned to her that when you are taking advice from someone, make sure whatever advice they are giving you, they have applied that advice to themselves and they're happy with that. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters. That whatever decisions you take, you are happy with that decision. Whether the decision is to stay or whether the decision is to go, ultimately what others will say, what your family will say, and all those things, others will come and go. Now, if her husband is beating her and all this, who's coming? Who's these others that we are worried about? So these people will fade away. You are the one who's left with the consequences of that decision. If the decision is to stay, there is consequence. If the decision is to go, there is consequence. Both ways, we are not free from consequences. So rather than worrying about the consequences, worry about which is the consequence that you will be happy with, what you can live with, what you are more feel that, yes, this is the decision. Now, whatever the consequence, I'll face it, but I'll be happy this way. So make sure that is the case. If you listen to someone, take advice from people who are giving you advice and they are happy with that, then learn from them and ask them, yes, teach me this. How did you take this decision? How are you so happy with this decision? I want to learn because I want to apply that. And learn from them. If they are not, if they're just only talking and they have no experience about it, forget about it. Ignore it. Doesn't matter even if it's coming from your father, mother, brother, sister, does not matter. If they've not been in that situation, if they've not faced it, ignore it.
Okay, sure. I will keep that in mind.
Cool. All right. Ashwini, your hand is up. Is there something else you want to say?
I kind of resonate with what Lali said, that we try to protect our children. And in my case, I don't know how successful that was considering the situation and the personalities involved. Children do get affected how much ever we try to protect them. I guess my issue right now is that I feel conflicted when I see them loving my ex-husband or my ex-mother-in-law, because I feel that he never became a dad really. She was sort of responsible for breaking up our family. She never treated my children well, and they still love them both. And I feel conflicted because I'm not sure whether that's the right way to feel about it, and whether they should. And I protected them sort of because I feel that children should love their father, or in the sense, I was not sure whether I should take a stand where I felt, I was not confident enough to say that no, he's the bad guy, and she should stop loving him and his mother. Now saying anything doesn't make a difference, but I feel bad about it, and I'm not sure if that's the right response. And I just thought I'd air this here since we are all talking openly.
Yes,
Did I
I
even make
think
sense?
I can. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, understand one thing that we all are on a journey. Even your kids are on that journey as well. So they also have many life lessons left to learn. उनका भी time आएगा. Hmm.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. All right. So should we wrap up? I think we are almost 2 hours in the call. So
Good
if
night,
there is no more,
everybody.
then yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. Okay, let's conclude this call today. It was good. So I'll say to everyone on this call that listen to the past recordings. There are many things we have discussed before, and in many great depth. So this resource is there for that purpose only, to help you with these challenges. So listen to those recordings. See if those recordings give you clarity about your own situation where you are stuck. And once you have identified where you are stuck, then it becomes a lot easy for us to tell you, guide you around what can be done next. So do that. That would be great.
Thanks.
Um,
Thanks, Sushmita. In marriages, if it's your spouse who promotes you to the children, if you're not careful, you will be Yes, yes, that's right, Lily. Yeah.
All
So
right.
thanks everyone.
Okay.
Thanks
Thanks,
Sushmita,
everyone. Good night.
Seema, Meenakshi for sharing your views.
Thank
Thanks
you,
Lali. Thanks
Sushmita. Take care.
Ashwini also.
Everyone, take care.
Thank you so much,
See you all
everybody.
again.
Thanks a
Take
lot.
care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Everyone.
Thank you, Namika.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Sushmita.
Bye bye.
All the best.
Thanks a lot. Bye, guys.